Hey, everybody, it's Mother Teresa here. How is everyone doing on this Tuesday night? We're a little bit after 7 o'clock, but that's okay. I hope everyone has had a great week since the last time that you were here with me for Grandstanding with Mother Teresa. And I just want to welcome everybody back, the ones that typically are with me on Tuesday nights. And for the ones that are new, this is your first time catching Grandstanding with Mother Teresa. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Well, I know you all, the ones that are typically with me, you're wondering, where are you? Why aren't you in your office? Well, let me just tell you the reason why I am not in my office on tonight. Tonight, we're going to talk about, or I'm going to share with you all. Yes, I am cozy and comfortable on today, you all. I have my pajamas on. I have my robe on. I've been a little cold. I've actually been feeling a little bit under the weather today. So you all pray for me that God will just bless me to have my strength back and that I will be back to myself. So yes, I'm comfortable and cozy. And I am sitting in my family room next to my Christmas tree. And the reason being is because tonight we're going to share with you all a little bit about Christmas lights and simple delights or little delights. And let me just tell you all, for those that have followed me any length of time, you all know that in the month of December, I do something called December Smiles. And for the whole entire month, the full 31 days, yes, honey, uh, we do what I consider as one of the absolute fun things that I can do as far as a content creator. Because what I do is I go back and I take a look at the whole entire year and I talk about the things that have happened during the course of the year that makes me smile. Now, there's a lot of things in my life that make me smile, but a lot of the things that I am going to showcase for the month of December is actually things that maybe may not be very typical of the things that you may say, oh, why does that make you smile? Well, just simply because it does. Other things that I will share with you will be things about my family. I'll share with you all things about my mom. Hey, mom, I'm quite sure that you're listening on tonight. And then also, I'll showcase my family, my husband, my children, my grandchildren, and then even some of my siblings, my nieces, my nephews, because they are doing some amazing things that have made me really smile during the course of this year. And I'm excited to share with you all some of the things that some of my nieces are doing. And so they don't even know it yet, but I'm going to highlight and shout them out and give them an opportunity to share what they've been doing in their lives. And let me just tell you, when we're thinking about Christmas, when we think about the things that typically, excite people about Christmas, we get so excited about the decorations. We get excited about the presents. We get excited about being able to go and spend time with other family members. All of that, yes, I enjoy every bit of that as well. But sometimes it's the simple things in life. It is the fact of, being able to come together and just to be able to put up your Christmas tree, to come together, to just be able to have a paint night, to come together just to be able to do karaoke. Those are very simple things that you can do, and you can do it, and it doesn't cost a lot of money. It doesn't cost a lot for you to put those things together or do those things. It doesn't cost any, some of it won't cost you anything. Okay. And one of the things that we did maybe a couple of years ago is that we actually did paint night. And what we found out is that we all enjoy doing it. We all enjoy having an opportunity to come together to actually paint. Now, let me tell you what I did. Because I did say that we're going to do this on more occasions than just that one occasion, I went ahead and I purchased or I invested in buying the paints. So we have a ton of paint. I invested in buying the art easels. Not only the art easels, but we bought the paint brushes, and we bought the um, what do you call it, honey? The
Canvas.
yes, we bought lots of extra canvas. We also bought the little trays. We just bought everything that we thought that we might need. The aprons, the plastic aprons, all of those things that we now have. So if we want to do a paint night, just a spur of the moment paint night, or a planned paint night, we actually have everything that we needed, that we will need. And let me just tell you, it did not cost a lot of money. Everything I purchased was on Amazon, and it did not cost a lot of money. Yes, you invest on the front end side of it, but then you have it when you're ready to actually do the painting. The other thing that, and I'm talking about, the little simple things or the little things. The other thing that I also realized is that with the painting, if you go to YouTube, you can find different teachers or different people that are on there that will actually show you step by step how to paint certain pictures. You can go through and you can find, of course, it's Christmas time. And I think on last year or the year before, we actually painted like a winter scene where there was Christmas trees and different things like that. And we just had a really good time. Even the babies were able to join in on the fun. And so enough about the paint night. I think you all get the hint. You can have a paint and no, people do paint and sip. I just saw somebody, they did paint and praise, all different types of things. But just you understand the what I'm talking about. You kind of get it. So if you think that that's a great idea, drop me some hearts or put some hearts in there and let me know that you think this is a good idea and that you might want to try it. Some of the other things that I wanted to share with you all about is, of course, I talked about being able to do the Christmas trees, okay? Being able to do the Christmas trees and get everything set up like that. Well, what we did is before Thanksgiving, we actually got all of the stuff, our house, pretty much put together, all the Christmas decorations up. With the exception, we did put up our two trees, with the exception of putting the decorations or the ornaments on the trees. We actually saved that for the grandchildren. So my grandbabies actually have the younger babies, we call them the um, NGs, those are the new grands. And then we have the OGs, which is the older grands. Well, the older grands normally will do this tree back here. And the NGs, or the newer grandbabies, they have a tree that you probably can see just a tiny bit of it right back through there. It's actually in the formal dining room. But they came together, and after we did all of our things for Thanksgiving, we had finished our meal, we had did our karaoke, our sing along, we had did all of our fun things, and y'all, we had the best time. And I haven't even put up the video, but TJ did an amazing job as the I don't know if you want to call him the co-host or the host or whatever, but he just carried that program, and we just had a really good time just singing and just enjoying family. But they did all of the decorations on the trees, and so they were able to put the things together and get those trees to where they look like this. I can say right now, for the past couple of years, and I think it probably started when I had developed the issue with my foot. My grandbabies and my family, and of course, Boris and Will, they have been decorating and getting my house together for the holidays. And I am so very appreciative of that because December. is my favorite time of the year. It's my favorite time of the year partly because my birthday is in December. December 21st is my birthday, and I will actually be 62 years old on my birthday. Now, I know I don't look like thank you, honey. I know I don't look like I am 62 years old, but I am. I will be in a couple of days. And you all just heard my husband clapping. I am actually, this is, I think, the very first time that I am actually in the room with him while I am doing the grandstanding, other than when we were on vacation. So typically, we're not in the same room when I'm doing this live stream. Normally, I'm in another room, and he's in here. He's normally watching and critiquing and everything, and making sure everything is going right. But I'm actually tonight. I'm in the room with him. Matter of fact, when I say if I point that way, that's where he's at over there in his chair over there. But just getting back to the December smiles, you all. I often say that in the month of December or during the holiday season, that's when we really see, I would say, the best in humanity. I would like to think that because of it's also the month that we celebrate, the birth of Jesus. Hello, family, the birth of Jesus. I cannot see anybody on here because I don't have my other thing hooked up right now. But people seem to show their the best, their best. And okay, if you can just get this one fixed as well. We see the best in people. And because we see the best in people during Christmas season, I think that is one of the things that I really enjoy, because people are more willing to be helpful to one another or to each other. People seem to smile more. People tend to be a little bit more kinder. People tend to be a little bit more, I would say, forgiving of one another. And they seem like they are happier during that period of time. Again, is it a coincidence that, we're also celebrating the birth of Jesus, and that's what he represents, is love? And maybe that is extending to the people, or people are more in tune with that. Whatever it is, I'm just grateful that what we have is that we see the best. I like to say we see the best in people. Now, I will say this, that even though that's when we typically see the best in people, but also that is when a lot of times people are struggling. And I had just said, made it a point that during the holiday season, especially when people are really suffering and going through different things because of the seasons change, and also because of the holidays. One thing we have to understand is that people, when they are missing their loved ones, either because they have, passed on, or they are just not in the picture, it causes people to really go through. And sometimes when it's causing them to really go through, people are sad. People don't know how to deal with, what they're going through, their feelings and all of that. And so because of that, what typically happens is that people will simply want to stay away. They'll want to, you know, um, spend time by themselves. They'll want to not come out and be with the family. And what we have to understand, you all, is that sometimes when people are pulling away, they're not pulling away because they're angry with you or they're upset with you, is that they are trying to regulate their emotions. They're trying to regulate their feelings. They're trying to get themselves together. And sometimes the only way that they know how to get themselves together is by pulling away, by staying in their own little area. Honey, if you would take this whole entire tray and put it right here, I'll be able to read this, what people are saying. But And so they do that. And again, please don't take it personal. Please don't take it to where they are angry or they are upset with you. That is perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, now I can see you all. Um, Thank you for those comments that you have spoken there. Thank you for the nice words. So I do acknowledge it and I do see you there. So again, people are just doing their very best to actually make it through the day. They're trying to make it through the day. They're also trying to make it through this season. Because, I'm fortunate that my mom is probably watching on here. So my mom is still here with me. Okay. My dad has been gone for a long time. My other dad, my biological father, has been gone even longer. When I say my dad, I'm saying Mr. Eigner, who raised me, he's been gone for about 21 years, actually, maybe 20 years. But you begin to think about the people that are no longer here. My in laws, which, I love dearly, they are no longer here. So, honey, his family, his parents are not here with us. But what we have to understand is we've got to give people the opportunity to go through the things that they're dealing with. We've got to allow them to feel what they're feeling and not take it personal. So if you have a family member that always or sometimes passes on gathering with the family, let that be okay. Don't look at them strange or think that they're acting funny or whatever. Let them be and leave them alone, because guess what? When they feel like they can then be a part or come and be a part with the family, they will do that. And if they never ever get to that point, keep praying for them, keep loving them, keep encouraging them. And also, when you don't see them, it's okay to give them a call, okay? But don't be intrusive. Don't be intrusive. Just let them be, but love them, okay? And encourage them and just be mindful of their feelings. Be mindful that they're going through, okay? And for those of us that just enjoy being able to be with a lot of people and respect their boundaries, absolutely. For those that are like me, I love being around a crowd of people, being around all of my family, and it doesn't bother me. It doesn't hype me up, but it definitely doesn't bother me. But I have to understand that not everybody feels the same way that I feel. So as we are going through the Christmas holidays and just the holidays in general, you all please remember that. And then I talked a little bit on last week about the changes in the weather. Now, today, I don't think it rained, but yesterday it rained and it looked gloomy. It was cold outside. And so, whenever we have days like that, you all, it does affect your body. It affects your body. It has something to do with our equilibrium. It has a lot of things to do with us internally. Okay. And so, when that happens, we've got to make sure. Um, Yes. Thank you, Miracle. Very close friend that goes through this. And yeah, you just make sure that they're okay. And but the change in the weather. We had a little bit of sunshine today, but see, that sunshine is not gonna last. I think I heard just before we came on that the weather forecaster said that the sun is gonna go away and we're gonna have some rainy days again. So that in and of itself sometimes make people a little bit down, a little bit depressed. So if you're seeing some depression, you're seeing some anxiety, you all have some grace for them, okay? So a little bit more about the simple delights and the Christmas lights, okay? Or the little delights and Christmas lights. You all, another thing that you all can do that will be so much fun with your family if you can do this. while the Christmas lights are out in your community, in your neighborhoods, in your city, get in the car, turn on the Christmas music, and go and look at the Christmas lights. That is so much fun. We had the opportunity on last year to go. We were at a meeting, a function in Arlington, and we actually went out and we went to go see the Christmas lights in Arlington. And let me just tell you, it was absolutely beautiful. The lights, it seemed like they did a little bit something different than what we've seen in the Nacogdoches area and even in the Houston area. But Arlington, that is a place that we plan to go back because we want to see the Christmas lights. Hello there, Aunt Ramona. I'm so glad that you tuned in with us tonight. So get in the car, pile up in the car, take the grandbabies, or take just you and your significant other, take your children, take whomever you would like, and just go look at the Christmas lights. That is a very fun evening that you can do that doesn't cost a lot of money. Okay. Like I said, turn on the Christmas music. Make sure that you dress accordingly because if you plan to park and get out, especially if you're in the Houston area and we like to go to River Oaks and different places like that to go look at the Christmas lights. Now, you all have to make sure that you lengthen your patience because people are everywhere. They're walking, they have kids out, they have families out, they have their dogs out, they have their little babies in carriages in the little, I said carriage, that shows you I'm 62 years old. The strollers. Honey said the stroller. Um, yes. So be careful as you are driving if you're not going to get out. But and if you're walking, be careful and be mindful of the cars. Yes, looking at the Christmas lights, absolutely love it. So find some time during this holiday season to go look at the lights and enjoy them. Okay. If you haven't put up your lights, I remember when we were kids, you and Uncle Boris would take all of us family to see the Christmas lights in the limo. Yes, Miracle. Yes, yes, yes. I'm so glad that you remembered that. Honey, did you see what Miracle just wrote? Yes. Memories, you all. That's what we're doing. Really, we're building memories from years gone by. Miracle, I had forgot about that. But yes, we would pile up in those limousines. How many of you all can say you actually went to go see Christmas lights in a limousine? And not a limousine that you had to rent, but your family limousine. You all, those were happy times. So do it again, Miracle. You don't have to be in a limousine, but you can definitely get in your vehicles and go take the little Randy and Nyla and the rest of them. Go look at the Christmas lights. And let me just tell you, Christmas lights doesn't have a age limit because you see from the youngest ones to the elderly to the older people, they love looking at Christmas lights. And it's just a family thing that you do, just something that you can do. And then not only going to look at the Christmas lights, you all, but take the opportunity, if you can, to just go and explore some other places. Another place that we were able to explore was Natchitoches. So we were able to go to Natchitoches for a couple of days. And let me just tell you all, they have Christmas on the river. I think it's called Cane River, where they have the riverboat and they have the fireworks. And actually, Pam Sewell introduced me and Will to that years and years ago. We actually drove to Natchitoches, Louisiana, just for the night to go in because they have everything. They have food trucks. They have, like I said, the riverboat. It's just a really, really good time, you all. And it's beautiful. It actually reminds you of New Orleans. And so it is a fun trip. It's going to be a little bit of a drive, but if you can go to Natchitoches, Louisiana during the month of December, go on a Friday or Saturday night when they're doing the fireworks over the river. It is beautiful. So you all just have to, let me just tell you, Google, chat, do all of those different things. Put it in there. Find you some things that you all can do for Christmas. so you can enjoy some time together with your family. I did not nearly get to, oh, yes, we go to Longview every year and look at the lights in Longview. But this year we're going to go somewhere. We're looking to go someplace else. Well, Miracle, let me tell you, Arlington was nice and Natchitoches was nice. So if you find another place that's really, really nice, let me know. And so maybe we can put it on our schedule. Aunt Ramona is on here. Aunt Ramona, tell us about the places in Dallas or where you live. Are there nice places to go and look at Christmas lights? And then also, you all, during the month of December, people are always having some type of little get together or whatever. It doesn't have to be anything fancy, it doesn't have to be anything grand. Even if you just invite, other people over for a small little get together just to be with family and friends. We often talk about, people are having parties, and I talked one time about where's my invitation? I didn't get an invitation. Well, guess what? If they don't invite you to the party, then have your own party. You can have your own little get together. And it doesn't have to be grand, but it's just something nice that you can do with your family. One of the things that I enjoy when I'm talking about just family, I enjoy the fact of down through the years, I have watched Ned and Teddy do, I think it's I don't know, I think it's Super Bowl, where they would get together. They would have their own Super Bowl party just for their family. Now, other people may come over, but this is something that they have done down through the years, is that they celebrate as a family. And it's just nothing, it's not anything fancy or whatever, but it's just something that they like to do. Now, when we lived in Nacogdoches, one of the things that we did, and I am beginning to wrap up, but because I come from a big family, you know, and my husband Boris is comes from a smaller family. Well, when you have families like that, you try to go to this side of the family to spend a little time, and then you try to go to the other side of the family to spend a little time. Well, that became a little bit of hectic, a little bit hectic, and so we had to come up with something different to do. And what we started doing when we lived in Nacogdoches is we would have a Christmas Eve celebration. And at our yes, Super Bowl party, thank you, Ned. I thought that's what it was, but I wasn't quite sure. But we would have a Christmas Eve celebration. And what we would do is we would invite Boris's family would come over. We would invite different people from the church, different people from the community. And let me just tell you, it started out as a little thing, but it seemed like it just kept growing and growing and growing. And we absolutely enjoyed our Christmas Eve Caldwell Christmas Eve party. People would come, and we would always try to do things that we would have food, we would have games. And one of the things that I always tried to make sure is that if you showed up at my house for Christmas Eve, you would leave with a gift. Now, we didn't ask you to bring anything, but because of the way that I used to shop, I would always be shopping for to have little things, little tokens of just, of love, so that everybody, when they left, they were leaving with something. So, not anything extravagant, not anything that cost a whole lot of money, but simply just opening up your home and inviting people to come over. Well, listen, everybody, I sure hope that you have. I miss our Christmas parties back home. Yes, Ned, but this is what I said. This is something that you can start. Just because we don't do it now, that doesn't mean that you cannot start it. So if you want to take that mantle and run with it, Maria Netris Caldwell Culpepper, we would support you in doing so. And we might even say, one year, let's have it here. So I do see my husband, he is reminding everybody about Get Sold Notes. Listen, you all, one of the things that if you have not purchased your Get Sold Notes or subscribed to Get Sold Notes, this is something that another thing that God has just been blessing me to just come up with different things in order to be a blessing to other people. And this is one way that I know without a shadow of a doubt that it is blessing the people. And this is Get Soul Notes, where you get a uplifting, encouraging message that comes to your phone every single morning at 9 o'clock. Okay, Net said I'm good. We have to talk about that, Net. But it comes to your phone every single morning at 9 o'clock. And let me just tell you, I look forward to getting my own soul note. Even though I'm the one that created this, I'm the one that founded this, I'm the one that came up with all of this, I get excited when I get the note because it's something new for me to be able to say, "Oh, I've got my soul note. Let me read it. Let me talk about it to somebody else. Let me share it with somebody." My husband always puts it in the group chat because we are getting the same note, but like some of the other family members, if they started later, then their soul note is different than ours. So we talk about the soul notes that we're getting. And so, what I want you to do is that if you haven't subscribed, it is $7.99, $7.99 per month. And this is less than the cup of a specialty cup of coffee that you drink it one day and you've spent more than $7.99. But listen, you can get soul notes every single day for the small fee of $7.99. And listen, even if you have subscribed and you decide, "Oh, I don't think I want to continue with this." Guess what? You can cancel at any time. The other good thing about Get Soul Notes is that if you have a family of three, you can actually get three subscriptions for $10.99, and that's for a family of three. If you want to gift it to someone, you pay the $7.99 and you can gift it to a friend. What a great present. What a great Christmas present that it will be for you to donate or gift someone Get Soul Notes. Well, listen, my husband has queued up my music. Aunt Ramona said that Galleria and Interlochen in Arlington is a good place for Christmas lights. Listen, everybody, thank you all so very much for joining me on grandstanding for tonight. Listen, get out there, have fun, do some great things. It doesn't have to be grand things. Um, Candace, baby, you must not have been on the whole time. Candace said, "Lord, Lord, she's in her robe in front of the tree." Yes, I am, Candace. And this is probably where I will be for the month of December. Because my December smiles is all about the things that make me smile. And so being able to be in my robe, to be in my comfortable chair, to be sitting in front of my beautifully decorated Christmas tree, that makes me smile. So guess what? I will be right here. Okay? Ah. No, I'm late. Okay, yes, Candace, this is where I'll be. This is where I'll be. All right. Okay, so everybody, listen, you all enjoy your week. You all find some things that make you smile, and then tell me about it on next week because I'm sharing with you all the things that make me smile. But now I want you all to tell me the things that make you smile. And as my sister Cynthia would often say, good night, grandstanders. I will see you all on the next time. All right, everybody? Y'all make it a great night. Bye-bye. This is TJ Culpepper. Listen, you all, TJ has been really doing jingles for me. I've got several more jingles that TJ has created for me. Miracle, you need a jingle for your lemonade. Get with TJ. He's very affordable. His jingles are very affordable. Get with TJ so he can create you a jingle for your lemonade. Anybody else that have a business, if you need a jingle, TJ is the man to do it for you. and he's very business minded. Guess what? He's going to send you a contract with everything written down that lays it out, what the expectations is, how he will deliver everything. Get with TJ Culpepper if you need a jingle. All right, everybody. Y'all make it a great night. Bye-bye.